Welcome to High Value Blueprint, where bold ideas meet real talk. Today, we're breaking down a controversial Kevin Samuels moment that's sparking debate across the timeline. Let's unpack it, challenge the narratives, and uncover the real truths behind the
What you
conversation.
gonna do? Hello?
Hey, Kevin, how are you?
I am well. How old are you?
I'm 51.
What do you have for me on the topic?
I just wanted to ask a question. So, supposedly, I'm in the danger zone, but I would love to be married again. I listened to the young lady yesterday that was married to an older gentleman, and she wanted to get back with her, the other guy. And
You want to be married again?
yeah, I would like to
How
spend the
long were
rest
you
of my
married the
life.
first time? How long were you married the first time?
13 years.
When did you guys divorce?
1991. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. Got married in 1991. Around, it was like 2003, maybe 2002.
Okay. Who filed for divorce?
He did,
Why?
because we separated. I left. We separated. We were separated for a couple of years, and we didn't reconcile. I didn't. He filed the paperwork first.
How many children do you have?
2,
And how old is the youngest?
10.
You had a child after the divorce?
I did.
And then you had a child in the marriage.
Yes, and he's 34.
Why do you want to get married with a 10-year-old?
Why would I want to be, not in a relationship or alone for the rest of my life?
Because you got a 10-year-old. Because you got a 10-year-old.
Well, that's part of the hesitation
No, well, that's on whose side?
on my side.
Okay, let's go back. You were married. You separated. You walked out of your marriage. You need to turn the camera the other way. The light's behind you.
Oh, I thought it was too dark.
Well, I can't see. Yeah. Okay, but you separated. You walked out of your marriage.
I did. Not for
Okay.
not for nothing, but go ahead.
You walked out. But see, whatever you walked out for wasn't big enough for you to go down and file those papers.
Correct.
So your husband, who you left, had to go ahead and formalize it. That's just a number. That's just what you told me.
That you're correct.
Then after that, as a woman in her 30s and 40s, you decided to get hot in the pants and have a baby at 39.
Well,
29.
Actually, let me correct you. I got married again.
Well,
So I wasn't hot in the pants. I had a baby by my second husband.
how long were you got? Okay. Okay. Well, I'll do it. How long were y'all married?
A few years,
What does that mean?
about 4 years.
What year did you get married?
Oh gosh, you're gonna make me think.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you think, grown woman.
Let me see. I got married in 2011.
And you got divorced when?
In 2015, finalized
And who-
2015.
And who filed for divorce in that one?
I did.
Why?
We're on live. It's pretty graphic. I don't. It's something that happened. It was something that he.
Okay.
did.
All right. Oh, okay. So you want to get married, but you're still looking for a stepfather of a 10-year-old.
So
That's what it is. That's what it is. Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a girl.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
again, that's the
So
hesitation.
so
That's
okay.
for the reason.
So, ma'am, how tall are you?
I'm 5'8",
Dress size?
10,
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
like 165.
All right. No disrespect intended, ma'am, but you've been married twice. You walked out of a first marriage. What does
I
marriage
didn't
mean to you? What is okay? That's just what happened, man. What does marriage mean to you?
commitment, um, growing old with someone, friendship.
Okay, well, what did it mean to you? Okay, well, why didn't it mean that when you left your first marriage?
Because I was an ignorant child. Because I was ignorant. I was a child. I was immature. I got married when I was 19 years old and I was immature.
How old are you?
Now,
Mm-hmm.
51, 51.
Ma'am, you weren't 19 in 1991. You were
In 19,
22.
well, 21. I was 21 when I got married. I was
Okay.
19 when I
My
met him.
grandmother
So
was my grandmother
I'm
was
really bad about
my grandmother was 18 and she was married for 50 years.
that's true. A lot of women are get younger,
Okay,
but
so have
I'm
you been
telling
through
you
any
my
have you
perspective.
okay, have you been through any therapy?
I am in therapy right now, and this
Okay.
is the second year.
All right. So is your child's father in her life,
Yes,
active?
but no.
So, ma'am, you would be looking for a stepfather to a daughter who he's not active in her life, and the way you say you divorced for some horrific reasons, right? That's just
Yes,
the general. Have you got her any therapy?
yes, she is in therapy right now. We both are,
All right.
and it's been
I
consistent for
gotta
2
be
years.
honest. I gotta be honest, man. Why would someone want to sign up for that? Dealing with a woman who's in
Okay,
therapy for 2 years, a daughter that's in therapy for 2 years, you've been divorced twice. That's cool, but it's like, why? What's the upside for the man?
why wouldn't he? Um, I was going to answer
What?
the question.
What? Why wouldn't he?
Well, I'm going to answer. I was going to answer your question. I'm not talking about today. I'm not talking about today while my daughter is 10. I'm talking about maybe 4 years from now when
So when you're
she's
almost
a
60,
lot
so you want
older
to get you want to get
and
married
we
at almost
have.
60. You want to get married at almost 60. What's the upside of marrying an almost 60-year-old woman with a teenager? See, when you say why wouldn't he, that should have been the end of the conversation because from that standpoint, you've thought about nothing except what you want. You ain't out thinking about what you bring to the man. It's about what you want. I don't want to die alone together. You're looking for a
I'm not.
stepfather.
I'm not coming, and I'm not asking to come into a situation or a relationship asking a man to help me care for my child. I'm good, and I take care of my child on my own now. It's
Ma'am, he
for
is still
not
going to be
necessarily. It's
responsible. Hey, hold
for
on, no, don't overtalk. Don't overtalk me. You still looking for a stepfather, ma'am. I don't
who
care
me.
how financially set. Yes, a husband would be a stepfather to your
I'm
child.
not over. It's a delay.
I'm saying a husband would be a stepfather. Doesn't matter how financially well you are. 5 years from now, you would have a teenage daughter who is sprouting her womanhood, and you'd be 55. Let me tell you something. Looking at you versus him looking at your daughter, there's going to be a big difference in gravity. He ain't related to either one of you. You hear what I'm saying? And when I ask you, why would a man want to step into a situation to a woman you say that her daddy ain't involved in her life? So she has to have some therapy and everything else. You're in therapy. Okay, cool. But why would a man want to step into such a chaotic situation at the end of his life?
You want me to answer now?
Yeah. Yeah. Why would a man want to step into that at the end of his life?
I don't think that my life is chaotic. I think that over the years, I have definitely gotten to the point where we, I'm wow.
I'm telling you, as a 52-year-old man, as a 50-year-old woman, I'm like, you're 52, you're 51 with a 34 and a 10-year-old. You know what that means to me? I'm out the door. I don't want to hear shit else after that point. My ears are closed open. I'm not listening from my standpoint. I'm talking about it. Well, this is on your side, not on my side. But what I'm saying is, man, is you don't think it's chaotic because you're used to the chaos. You're talking about a man coming in to marry a woman who has you have a 15-year-old daughter, and he'd be a stepfather, and you haven't given any value proposition. But said, well, why not? Chaos? Shit.
What is chaos
the fact that he had
a child?
It ain't mine. It ain't his. Everything that comes along with having a child who can say, you know what, Mr. Jenkins looked at me some kind of way when you weren't there. Mr. Jenkins was smelling my underwear. Mr. Jenkins asked me that I want to go to the store with him. Y'all don't put yourself in the man's position. Why would a man who is in your age cohort want to get involved with a child, this teenager?
I'm not ignorant to any of what you're saying.
Then why you then you're saying it's not chaotic, and you saying it's not. You're saying it's not chaotic. It's not. This is not that. It's not. It's not. It damn sure doesn't sound like a winning situation. And this is what you ladies need to understand: when you become mothers late in life, and you're unmarried, you basically have signed yourself up to be alone. When you become a mother after age 40, actually after age 35, you have pretty much signed yourself up to go it alone. That's just the reality.
And I'm prepared to do that. Man. That's what I have to do.
You got me on Bluetooth.
I'm prepared.
You got me on
that.
Bluetooth. That's why there's a delay. Take me on Bluetooth.
That's the only way.
No, you take me off Bluetooth. You take me off Bluetooth. That's not the only way. You take me off Bluetooth, put me on speaker. Well, see.
Hold on one second.
Let me talk to the audience. Because women get comfortable with their chaos. To them, it's like, well, I'm living in it, and my bills are paid, and this and that. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? That's your biological child. You picked her daddy. You chose that. This new man would have nothing going in this situation, all liability. And the fact that when I asked you, why would he want to do that? You say, why not? So flippantly, I'm like, God damn, you haven't thought anything about the men. But that's what our generation was. They don't think about us. They just think about what they want. And if you're prepared to go it alone, then this shouldn't bother you. All right. Sorry, man, your connection's bad.
You know what's really wild about this one? She's 51, 5 decades of life experience, and she's still talking like a 22-year-old who just discovered Tinder. I mean, come on. At 51, you're supposed to have clarity, humility, and some level of wisdom that comes from life experience. Instead, what we're seeing is delusion wrapped in denial. She wants what every modern delusional woman wants: a rich man who will let her do whatever she wants. No accountability, no compromise, no submission. Just luxury, freedom, and validation. Sis, That's not a marriage. That's a fantasy. That's a Lifetime movie with bad writing. Let's get real. You broke off 2 marriages. 2. And somehow you think that doesn't matter? You think men out here are going to overlook that like it's a parking ticket? No, ma'am. That's a resume. And it tells any man with common sense everything he needs to know. You don't stick around when things get uncomfortable. You run. And then to top it off, she's got a 10-year-old daughter. So now she's got to navigate teenage years, emotional ups and downs, and all of that. And she's still talking about wanting to get married. For what? To be called a wife? To have a title? Because from everything she's saying, she doesn't want the work that comes with marriage. She just wants the image, the validation. This is the kind of woman who values the wedding more than the marriage. The dress, the ring, the attention, all the optics, but not the responsibility, not the sacrifice, not the consistency. And the saddest part, she still thinks she's a catch. Watching the wheels turn in her head is painful because you can literally see her trying to rewrite reality, as if life is supposed to just bend to her mistakes. It doesn't work like that. There are consequences. At 51, you should be the wise one giving the younger women advice. But instead, you're still chasing fairy tales. You can't keep doing the same thing, making the same choices, and then blaming the world when it doesn't go your way. You can't keep carrying baggage from 2 failed marriages and still expect a man with options to take that on. At this stage, it's time for peace, not pretense. Acceptance, not arrogance. She should stop chasing the image of being a wife and start living a life that reflects accountability, growth, and gratitude. Because here's the truth. Marriage isn't a status symbol. It's a partnership. And if you can't bring peace, humility, and cooperation to the table, then maybe, just maybe, the problem isn't the men.